Good morning. Welcome to Coffee Talk. My name is Lisa Gaylord. Here we are. They call me Lisa G. Let's get this party started right now. 9 o'clock Tuesday morning. I just got back from a run. I'm a bit sweaty, but we are going to hammer this out. I'm going to change up the tempo on our talks because I realize that a lot of you are out there just listening and there's a lot going on here. But I'm going to go ahead and give it to you straight. What's up, Mel? Welcome. What are you waiting for is our topic. What are you waiting for? I got a lot to cover today, so go ahead and grab your coffee, sit back, relax. Let's dig in. Deep dive today. Deep dive. So I was listening to a couple of really cool albums the other day, and I got to thinking about this podcast, and I understand that this is really not about, this is not a back and forth. This is kind of where I'm going to go with this podcast, with this coffee talk. I want to get inside your head. I want to motivate you. And I want you to see things in a different way. I want you to go out there and tackle. Go after it. Because really, what are you waiting for? What is it that's stopping you? Are you letting fear build up inside of you and stopping you from doing the things that you really want to do? I want you to think for a second about your mind and your brain. Your brain is sitting in a dark room. It's pitch black. There is no light on your brain. And when you think about it, and you look out into the world and you assess exactly who is doing the talking, who is doing the filming, who's doing the recording, who's doing the analysis. Is your brain watching your brain? Are your eyeballs recording for your brain? So there was a little experiment somebody did with me many years ago. And it went something like this. Imagine a white plate. Get that image of a white dinner plate in your mind. On that white plate is a fresh, ripe, beautiful lemon. Beautiful yellow lemon. Juicy, rich, yellow lemon. And you take a knife and you cut that lemon in half. You take that half a lemon, bring it to your mouth, and squeeze the juice in your mouth. And almost invariably, most of you will actually feel the tartness of that lemon. And that shows you the power of your mind. That shows you the power of what you're capable of. Because did you actually have a white plate and a lemon and a knife? And did you actually put that lemon juice in your mouth? You didn't. And that's life. That's really what's going on. We can say that this is an illusion, but is it really? And the illusions that we create in our minds, the visions, or you ever have a problem? And in your mind, you've gone through that problem 1,000 different ways. How to solve it, how it started, how it's going to end. And then in the reality of the problem passes by and none of those things actually happened. We talk about motivation, we talk about inspiration. I say we have to have desires in life. And the desires are very simple. Do you want to be a millionaire? What does that mean? Because to a millionaire doesn't mean anything. To a poor person, being a millionaire means a lot, but it could mean, oh my God, how do I go from being no money to $1 million? And that process could be so far from actually happening. But yet there are millionaires that are out there that actually came from $0. What does that process look like? And it could be anything. It could be a job. It could be a relationship. It could be your mental state. It could be something that you desire. What is that desire? I want to be healthy. I want to be happy. What does joy mean for you? You can find joy in your surroundings. Folding your clothes. I want you guys to think about your life. And for some of you, you are motivation. Motivation is not your issue. Inspiration is really not your issue. Sometimes we're just on a roller coaster. I talk about the roller coaster all the time. I talk about being on a roller coaster like some days are just great. I don't think happiness is haha. I don't think happiness is a haha. I really don't. I think happiness is just like, I think it's like a neutral state, like a flat state. Happiness can be a day of like, you wake up and everything just goes great. Everything is cool. You say hello to your person or your animals, or, you know, there are no bills to be paid. It's just the middle of the week, right? And you get dressed and you go out and you say hello to your neighbors or your friends, or you go out and you do the things that you do. You go for a walk, you go to the store and you say hello to the same people you say hello to every day. And you go work out, you have some good food, you come home, you watch some TV, you read a book, you listen to some music. And no one told a joke, but inside your body, you feel a buzz, a hum, like everything is good. That's joy. That's happiness. That's true happiness. Everything is okay. Everything is fine. And right now, the world seems like it's upside down, but it's not. And for those of you who are out there right now thinking that I can't wait to go back to normal, it's over, people. It will never, ever, ever be what it was. We are now into the new world. It's a new world. Everything right now is up to you. And the way that I look at it, I'm here to bring inspiration. I talk to people all day long. My schedule is full. My workload is full. And I don't even call my work because it's something that I've been doing my whole life. Now I just make a lot of money doing it. And I'm so blessed and so happy that I can be here for my students and my clients and the people that really desire change. People that really want the next level. Next level life. Because next level life is, what were we doing before coronavirus? I think a lot of you had your heads stuck in the ground, and now we're in a place where there's a new norm. And the new norm is you're wearing a mask and you're social distancing, and we're working from home and we're reinventing ourselves. And a lot of you are doing jobs that you fucking hate. You hate, or you hated going to work. You hated the people you were around. You questioned why you chose the field that you did. You wished you could do something different. And now you've been shoved into quarantine for 3 months with no job. And at first we all went through that panic. And if you're like me, I had nights of thinking that, oh my God, this is the zombie apocalypse. We got to get guns and bullets, and people are going to start, breaking into our house and stealing our food, and right? I know I did. I really did. I did. I was like, oh crap. We're not prepared for this. We're not prepared for apocalypse. And that's really what it felt like. I know that when 9/11 hit years ago, obviously, I remember exactly where I was. I remember exactly what I was doing. I remember exactly what happened. And I remember that afternoon, like 4 hours into, oh my God, what am I watching? I got sick. I got strep throat. Like swallowing glass. I got strep throat that day. And I realized, for the first time in my life, I realized how sensitive our bodies are to stress. Because a lot of times we just overlook our stress and our anxiety as, oh, that upset stomach is normal. No, it's not normal. And when I got sick that day, I knew, I'm like, wow, what's happening to our world? What's going on? What does this mean? And we all took an assessment of where we were and what we were doing. And none of us lost our jobs. We just had to redirect, and our life changed. And nobody freaked out. We survived going through TSA. We survived it. And we survive it now. We hate it. Because I don't think there's anybody that I've ever met, and I travel a lot. I am in and out of airports all the time. All over the country, all over the world. And everybody does the same thing. Take your damn shoes off. Take your belt off. Take your stuff out of your pockets. Put your hands up. Now the screening is like, just go through the x-ray machine, because that's just like, you gotta go. We gotta go. Let's go. Do you remember not going through TSA? Remember? Walk on through. I remember. You didn't need, to plan your entire day to go to the airport. You were just like, here we go. Have a great flight. But now we've changed. And now we're changing again. We have the greatest opportunity in the world. If you guys have not gotten into shape, if you guys are not working out, and you're overweight, out of shape, and fat, lazy, tired, and you've just spent the last 3 months on your ass doing nothing but eating and drinking, God bless you. I don't get it. And you put your your life in the hands of strangers. And what I mean by that is you're going to end up getting sick and diabetes. You guys are on meds. You're taking this medication and that medication because they told you. And I got sick. High blood pressure, and I got this and I got that. How much of a victim are you? How much of a victim are you? We play the victim game because it's easy. That's how you were raised. Your parents were that way, and you probably picked that up. Or you've surrounded yourself with people that are like, oh, I'm on this medication, I'm on that medication, or I stubbed my toe in 1974, and now I can't run. Right? How much of a victim are you? How many times do you eat something and you actually look at that cake and go, yep, this is going to be good for me? You need to start identifying the food that you eat, because we don't have the opportunity right now to just take chances on your body, take chances on your life. Why do you treat your body like a garbage can? We've changed, people. Our new norm is you better start taking care of yourself, because you're not going to be able to run to the doctor. How many people do you know? I know people that Their kid sneezes and they go to the doctor. And I'm like, what are you doing? We'd go to school and my mom would be like, you gotta go to school. And then if you're still sick and you're at school, then you can come home. Right? Now you sneeze or you look, oh, I have this ache. Let me go to the doctor. What do you go to the doctor for? I am not talking about, oh, I felt this weird thing in my body. I'm talking about taking care, be your first line of defense. You be your first line of defense. Inside of our brain is everything you need to either be amazing, over the top, powerful, or be the biggest victim possible. What are you made of? Show me what you're made of. Are you made of victim material? And sometimes you guys don't even realize you're playing victim. But what does greatness look like? What does greatness look like? I have no makeup on. Well, I have a little lip gloss. Because I like it. What do you look for when you need that inspiration or that power? Who are the people that you're looking at? I'll give you some people that I cannot stand. Not I cannot stand, I don't know them, but their vibe, when you vibe somebody, it's like going on a first date, right? That's why I like this whole like Tinder thing. Like I don't get any of that. I don't get the online dating thing at all. Like when you see somebody's picture, you're like, eh. In 1 second, you can actually tell whether or not you're gonna vibe with that person, right? And I'm not judging like oh, I look at that person, like you can vibe a person. That's why I'm single. I find it very difficult to vibe with people because I am my own vibe, and I look for certain things in people that I know that it's so specific. And as we get older, we vibe less and less and less because I don't want to be with someone I have to fix. I don't want to be with someone that has a list of problems. You travel solo long enough and you start realizing I don't like victim. I don't like certain mentalities of, oh, poor me. Poor me? What? What are you willing to do? What are you willing to sacrifice? What victim playbook are you willing to put down? What victim playbook are you willing to put aside to achieve the goals that you kind of dream about? You gotta look at your life and say, where am I? I've been doing the same thing my entire life. You don't think that I want to influence millions of people? $1 and a million people? I'm a millionaire, but yet I've done the thing to help someone. What are those, how do we get there? Little by little, we get there. I want you guys to reach down, put that message out there for me. I want to help you guys put down the victim playbook and be fucking flawless and amazing and powerful. And I want that energy back. I want to be surrounded by people that are going to go, You know what? Put the victim playbook down, because what's in your victim playbook that you wrote? And I'm guaranteeing my career right now on the fact that you did not write your victim playbook. You didn't. You just didn't. Somebody else put that in there. Jen Jensen. I love it that you don't wear makeup. Much makeup. I only wear makeup when I'm kind of going out, and I have found, I remember, I'm going to talk about makeup. I know they're my boys are on here too, but I think my boys will relate to this also. And I hope you understand that these stories are to empower you. These stories are to relieve you, to rip the victim playbook apart and rewrite your story. And I remember growing up, I know people don't know these things about me, and so I share them in order for you to get a deeper understanding that I'm just like you. And if you think somehow I'm better than you, yeah, what's makeup? It's something that you guys need to understand. I have always traveled on my own road. I never had anyone in front of me that I looked at and I followed. I never followed anyone. Now, I have gotten cues along the way to style, or I like that suits me. I like that suits me. But as far as my power source, my victim playbook is my only victim playbook that I've really kind of bounced around in my head over the years is exactly the same thing that I feel today. And it's something that I stand very strongly on. If I were a man that, let me be specific, if I were a white man in this world, things would have been different. But yet I don't use that as a victim card. I look at that as, that's my hurdle. That's always my hurdle. And people can you can throw that back at me like, oh, that's really victim, blah, blah, blah. No, I remember as a kid, I bought my first motorcycle when I was 14 years old. I bought, because I was working at the age of 12. I've been working my whole life. And in order for me to buy the motorcycle, I had to bring my dad. And the guy that was selling the motorcycle to me, as I was asking every question I could possibly ask, he kept talking to my father. And finally, my father sat down and looked at the guy and said, I don't know why you're talking to me. You need to be talking to my daughter. And the guy was like, blah, 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 blah. And at that moment, I was like, yeah, because if I were like a white man, the guy would put his attention over here, because I wasn't stumbling. I knew exactly what I was asking. All the right questions and the right finance questions. And, it was my money. I needed my dad to sign for me because I was not legal. But in that moment that my father looked at that guy and said, I don't know why you're looking at me when my daughter is who you need to be talking to. He empowered me. That man empowered me beyond measure. And I took on that power like, yeah, bro, you heard what he said. And I've always had that. And since the day my father died, I knew that I had that inside of me. That my father was always with me, and that my father, I've always said, what would dad say? That's the internal brain. That's the internal brain that goes, what would my dad say? What would my dad do? And it's lived inside of me forever. And I look at men all the time in business situations, and I'm like, this motherfucker is not even listening to me. Why do I need to be a different thing for you to understand me? That's that whole male-female How many of you have gone through that? But it's not a victim card. It's merely like, wow, I'm talking to someone who can't even hear me. So I approach people very tough at times. I approach people very hard. And so they get that side of me. But yet I've also gone into business meetings. I just had one recently, and it was a room full of men. And they just leaned back and they were like, "You're a fucking badass." I go, "No, I'm just a man in a woman's body." And it's not a victim card for me. It's I belly up. I belly up to the bar. And I say, this is how it's going to be done. This is how it's going to do. We are going to do it this way. I don't play small. I lean in and I play strong. I play hard. And I get what I need to have done. And that scares a lot of people. It pushes back women and men that have victim playbooks. How can she be so tough? How can she be so strong? Oh my God. She thinks she's this, she thinks she's that. Well, that's not my playbook, people. Because if I were an Olympic athlete and I had a coach telling me to go for a gold medal, and I said, no, I'm a victim. I gotta play, I gotta go like last. Let them win. The fuck? Ask yourself right now, what victim playbook are you working with? What did you write in that book that you can change right now? Can I help you? Do you need my schedule? Do you need to make an appointment? Do you need to talk it out? Do you need somebody to make you accountable? Is it weight loss? Is it drug addiction? Is it alcohol? Is it your parents? Because sometimes that's a thing. Look at this crazy hair. Look at this. Look at this mop on my head. And I need some Botox, whatever. Listen, if you are moving through life and you wake up and you want negativity, listen, nothing, not our president, not our institutions, our banks, our money, nothing is new, people. Not one thing. And there's nothing that you're gonna do that's gonna change it. And we say, yeah, vote. You gotta vote. Gotta vote. Okay, we'll vote. And I say, if you are a female and you don't vote, it's ridiculously painful. When people died, when people were murdered, women were murdered and chained and beaten for you to have the right to vote. And now we talk about Black Lives Matter. When people were chained and beaten and murdered, and you don't vote? They didn't vote. I don't have time. And it's usually women. I can't stand you. You piss me off. Because you become a victim. And you play the victim card. And you try to live in a world where you hide. You hide behind your religion. You hide behind your physical bodies. You put a lot on, right? I'm going to do the war paint. How many men do you know that wake up and for the most part, yeah, Bessie, hook me up like today. A year for free? Count me in. How many people do you know that wake up? And listen, I love makeup and I love, women that are beautiful and they put on makeup and it's like, I'm always fascinated by women that wear a lot of makeup. I'm always fascinated by women and my girls out there and my boys, listen, you know, it's not a guy girl thing, because I talk to a lot of men, and my boys have different issues. Their victim playbook is totally different. Their victim playbook is almost like, hey, you know, I had abuse, or I had, you know, different life levels that I had to go through, and, you know, and I'm dealing with this toxic behavior, and blah blah blah. So it's different. But when I reach out to my girls and I say things like, I'm so fascinated by women that wear a lot of makeup, or I've had a lot of friends growing up that were like, I will never be caught dead outside of my house without makeup on. And I'm like, girl, let me explain something to you. When you put on makeup like a performer, okay? Like you're gonna be on like a Broadway show. And I have a ring light on because I know it actually brings light into my camera, right? And you look into the mirror, and you get your and I've seen it. I've seen my girls like base makeup and the fake eyelashes and the, you know, the spray tans, and then then the hair, and then all the fake hair, and then, you know, the nails and the fake nails, and then the pump, you know, injections in the lip, and then all the plastic surgery and all of that like going on. And I'm not talking about, you know, like me, Botox, I'm like, that's about as far as I can go, right? Yeah, and then I watch makeup tutorials, and I'm like fascinated. I'm so like amazed. And I'm watching, like, which is really cute because I love like all the boys that are out there doing makeup tutorials now. I'm like, all right, you go. And like more boys are into makeup and all of that, and that's cute and adorable, and right. But then as I'm watching this whole process of putting on makeup, I'm like, yeah, but that's so unbelievably fake. And who really likes that? Because at the end of the day, like, if the attraction is the makeup, then I don't really know the person behind the makeup, right? And then if I see the makeup and then the person behind the makeup, right? It's okay. So there's that first layer of that's not the person. That's their war paint. That's their victim playbook. Because that's a victim playbook. I'm not saying don't wear makeup. I'm saying, by the way, we know that your personality is not your makeup. Your personality is not your makeup. But I get it, because I get also, I have friends that spend a lot of money on shoes. And I always laugh because I go, who looks at your feet? Like, I've been out with people that, you know, and I'm more, I buy personality. I'm going to buy your personality all day long. Like, I don't really like hanging out with a lot of people. There are certain people I just enjoy being with because I have really close people that I know when I see them, they don't wear makeup, and they're just beautiful people, and I want to squish them because I love them. And some of you are on here right now, and I want to squish you because I love you, because it's like you're not all that. You're just absolutely adorable, gorgeous, beautiful humans, and that to me is the most beautiful makeup I could ever look at. And don't you know that when we look at ourselves in the mirror, now listen carefully, no one judges you or hates you more than you do yourself. No one hates you more than you hate yourself. And it shows. It shows when you guys are playing victim playbook and you're going, okay, like when I was 4, I see it. I see it on your face. I see it in your personality. I see it when you walk through a room. I see it in your body weight. I see it in the way that you dress. And sometimes you guys are just not, you ever notice somebody who's like, I get it on both sides of the scale, where I see somebody who's like super high level makeup and like all out like that. Again, I live in a gym, so it's like when I see people that come into the gym, listen, when you come into a gym, for me, I want to wear clothes that are just like gym ready. Like not mirror ready, because when I work out normally, either I work out by myself outside, I run, I do karate, I do my training, or I go to a CrossFit gym. There's no mirror. There's barely a mirror in the bathroom. But I look and make sure that my butt's not hanging out. And then I see girls in the gym, and listen, I'm not on guys yet. I'm gonna get there for a second. But I look at chicks in the mirror and I'm like, or I look at chicks that are in the classrooms looking at, or in the gyms, and all they're doing is staring in the mirror, and I'm like, nothing wrong with loving yourself. But are you crushing it? Like, get the work done, girl. But I get it, because you know what? There's a level of, I want to look good when I go to the gym because I'm around a bunch of people. This is the reason why I hate gyms. Like, I don't even know why I'm a personal trainer sometimes. I'm like, I'm in the gym, in my mind, I'm like, dude, what are you doing? My brain, 99.9% of the time in the gym, when I'm working, I keep my mouth shut. Because there used to be a time years ago when I was trying to help everybody work out, and I'm like, well, again, because I'm not a man that's 6 feet tall, 200 pounds of chiseled muscle football player, they're not looking at me like I know what I'm doing. And then they realize I'm the one that knows more than that guy who's, right? Because you can't judge a book by its cover. And when I go into the gym and I'm looking around and I'm watching people work out, I'm mortified. I'm mortified. I'm mortified. I'm so confused. I'm like, and what app are you looking at that taught you how to move like that? And where did you come up with that exercise, bro? What's more mortifying is watching girls work out, doing things that are absolutely useless. Useless. I mean, at least guys are using weights. They're throwing them around like they have no idea what they're supposed to. They're just ridiculous. And instead of taking the time, or, you know, me, I'm like, listen, I want to learn how to play guitar. I want to learn by the best. I want to learn how to do something. I researched the fuck out of that. And I want to get the best of the best of the best. That's my line. That's me. I want the best of the best of the best. I'm going to go to the gym and I'm going to work out. I want to hire somebody that's going to teach me how to do it. So A, I'm not going to get freaking injured. And B, if I'm going to spend any kind of time outside of my house, outside of my comfort zone, I have to actually go somewhere. I want to make that like valuable time. And how many people do you know that are working out in the gym that are, like, they're not trainers and they're just doing some crazy shit? How many trainers do you know that are out there right now? And I got to keep my mouth shut. Let me tell you something, because I find trainers, for the most part, are no better than the client they're training. I don't think I'm the best. Yeah, I kind of do. Why do I think I'm as good as I am? Because I took the time. I'm like a movement specialist. And there's so much information that's out there that is wrong. You can go on YouTube and you can find a million different exercises, a million different trainers, a million different people, guys and girls. And it's funny because it's so societized. Exercise is so societized. And that's why I think a lot of people look at me and they're like, yeah, she scares me. I'm like, yeah, because I train like a dude. I train like an athlete. I train for performance. I'm not training for my booty. Yeah, well, what happened to your upper body, bitch? You can't do a freaking push-up. And that's the trainer. Just saying. You the best. Whoa. Cheryl. If you guys are looking for negativity, guess what? It's there. If you guys are looking for negativity, you will find it, and it will breed, and it will fester, and it will show up in everything you do. I double dog dare you guys to have the most positive day ever. I double dog dare you to live your best life. And no matter what happens, and listen, we can say Black Lives Matter, pandemic, coronavirus, over 100,000 people in our country are dead. That is mind-blowing. And I've lost people. There are people out there right now that do not think that this thing is real. Shocking. But not really. Because there are a lot of really ignorant people out there. And there are really a lot of well-educated, ignorant people out there. I deal with them every day, all day long. Mind is blown. So if you're looking for negativity, it's so easy. It's so easy. It's so easy to just completely go into a black hole. And instead, I double dog dare you. If you stopped watching the news for a day, what's going to happen? Do you think coronavirus is just going to end overnight? It's not. It's here to stay. And it's going to morph. And it's going to change. And it's going to grow. And I just had a conversation with somebody the other day. And I said, oh, by the way, we're probably all going to get quarantined hardcore again. Oh no, that'll never happen because our businesses won't survive and our economy. And I looked at the guy and I'm like, I know, because we fucked up and didn't pay attention because our government is teaching us that. And instead of saying, yo, by the way, our world is changing. Wake up, pivot. People don't like that word. I hate that word. Yeah, because you're not willing to change. You're not willing to grow. If you look back in history, and I love history. I love the Ming Dynasty. And you got these people that are like walking around with swords, right? Do we carry swords anymore? No. We're not there. We're here. Nothing's changed. Except our clothes. But we're doing the same shit. We had pandemics back then. This is not new. It's just new for us. In this blip of time. In this blip of time, it's going to pass. 100 years is going to go by. None of us are going to be here. We're just not. I'm not going to live forever. And you're not going to live forever. We don't know when we're going to die. We're just going to wake up one day and be done. Are you living your best life? Are you sitting around waiting for some scary boogeyman to come into your life and go, hey, by the way, you better fucking change your job. You better fucking go and start working for yourself. And if you've got a solid job and you're not living your best life, because I always say it's scary to have your own job and your own career. I've done it my entire life. I've done corporate. If I show you my closet right now and you look at all my clothes, people will freak out. You're like, oh my God. People see me out dressed. They're like, oh my God, you look amazing. I'm like, yeah, well, what'd you think? I look like this all day? I don't work out all day. I have a life, I have clothes, and I got style. Honey, girl can dress. Mama can dress. But if what we need to do is say, hey, the world just gave us the biggest vacation we would ever imagine having. We just got handed 3 months. Some of us 6 months. Some of us lost our jobs and we're going, totally wasn't ready for this. But hey, maybe this is an opportunity. That's what I did. I love to get punched in the face because it wakes you up and you go, oh, Kelly. Wakes you up. Have you ever been in a relationship and you're like, oh, going down that road and you're like all like in love, yeah, and happy, and all of a sudden that person starts taking all the masks off and you're like, who are you? And then you break up and then you're like, oh my God, I didn't even know that this person was this way. And then you have to say, break up, separate your stuff, move out, go about your day, and then you're like, oh, poor me, victim playbook, right? Victim playbook, boo-hoo. Exactly, Jensen. Launch your own business, right on. And you went about your day, and then you're like 6 months down the road, or, you know, some people bounce back from relationships. I don't know how you guys do this. You're like, you break up, and then like a month later, you're like with somebody else. I'm like, whoa. That's victim playbook mentality. I have to be with someone. I have to be attached to someone. I don't get that. I just don't get that. I don't get that. Me, I break up with someone, I'm like, oh no. Enough of that nonsense. I think relationships are overrated anyway. I do. I think people are flawed and play victim. And sometimes I'm like, I have better relationships with my best friends than I do the person that I'm like, my relationship. How do they fall off when I love? I love my business. I love taking care of people. I love finding solutions. I love being able to guide people. I love being able to take people from, you know, where you are with your victim playbook and go, hey, let me take a look at your book. Let me see where you're at. Can I help you rip out a few pages? Let's study that. We never really take responsibility for the victimness in our life. We never take responsibility and say, oh, I didn't even realize that I'm dragging this playbook around with me and I'm going to use it wherever I can. I'm just going to like jump out at somebody and be like, but wait a minute. You don't know what it's like to be sexually abused. Whoa. I grew up. This is why it's so very difficult sometimes when I talk to people about, you know, biological females. We are, I don't know one girl. I have never met another biological female that has not been sexually harassed. I've never met that girl, ever. I've never met a female that has not been sexually harassed, abused, victimized, somehow like mistreated, you know, physically, verbally, emotionally, at some point in their life. I think I remember growing up and it was like constant, just constant. So our framework, our mindset as little girls, people wonder why we are the way we are. Why we get to the point where we're like, fuck you. Right? Do you guys ever remember growing up with smile? You look so pretty if you smile. Fuck you. That's not a victim playbook. That's the diamond being brushed out. That's that formula. That's that thing where you're like, you're brushing it out And then you've got, you know, people kind of like, I just remember the little boys and men growing up like predators, just like natural born predators constantly. Like, I could never meet a dude that wasn't trying to fuck me. I never met a dude who wasn't trying to like get over, you know, or gain control of, you know, or it was all, and it wasn't even like, hey, let's be friends. Let's be friends because I want to get in your pants. Like, why? To this day. And it's that animal behavior. But is it a victim playbook? Is it something that we draw on and say, because of that, I'm going to be like that? I love the men in my life. And loving the men in my life and being raised by a very strong male figure, I also look at certain behaviors of men like, all right, that one, you need a little timeout, bro. You need a timeout. You know, or people taking spaces. People taking over in our spaces. So for my girls out there, we have to, that's why online dating sucks. No shit. I've kind of given up. I figure whoever is going to come in my life is going to probably, I don't even know. I just stopped. I stopped looking. I stopped looking and I stopped wanting, because I think I have more desire now for helping other people and helping other people be, you know, be better people. And being single has been like an amazing blessing for me. Learning more about myself, taking time for myself. I've actually become like the person that I've always dreamed of becoming by being single. I think when I attach myself with a person, I'm usually making that person a better person, or that person is trying to change me. And I've always been like, my relationships always end up being that person trying to change me. You should do this, or you should do that, or you should wear this, or you should wear that. You're like, this is not gonna work. I don't follow anyone, right? Look at this hair. You think I follow someone? You think I'm gonna wake up and, okay, babe, this is totally a hey babe moment. Hey babe, you should wear that outfit. Really? Hey babe, you should do your hair like this. And that's almost everyone I've ever dated. That's almost everyone I've ever been with. Like, really? Okay, I'll do that. You'd be an awesome person to have actual coffee with. Yes. Oh, Kelly. Yay. I find myself happier than ever. I find myself actually drawing amazing people into my life. I've always been open. I find that also when I've been in relationships, that person, once they've taken all the masks off, which they usually do within the first 6 months, they were that person and then they ended up being this person. I don't know if you guys have had that happen to you also. That person will, I tend to draw in narcissistic personalities, and they thrive on people like us. And so when that happens, I realize that they're using our good energy. So I don't know, you know, I've come to a really good place in my life where I love my students, I love my clients, I enjoy what I do to the point of complete satisfaction. I'm not looking for, you know, I'm not here to make babies, so you guys are my babies, you guys are my loves. But here, I want you guys to look at the positivity in your life. What are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? What does your playbook say about you? How are you approaching food? How are you approaching your workouts? How are you approaching alcohol? Are you guys still drinking alcohol and thinking that you're a better person because of the alcohol? Are you really looking to those Friday nights with your friends and going out and getting shit-faced? Is that really you? Sad that's happened to you. I know. It is. Sometimes I'm sad. Sometimes I'm sad that, you know, it'd be really nice to meet someone that was like me. I'd really like to meet someone who was more like me. I'm also, you know, I'm in a really strange place where I attract a lot of narcissists. I attract a lot of weird behavior. And I want to stop that somehow. And if it means me being single for the rest of my life, that's okay too. But it's still kind of weird because I'm such a, I love to cook and, oh, I'm totally like on a dating app right now. This is not about me. This is about you guys. Healthy and happy. Healthy, happy, being in a place where, Gazal, I love you. Holy shit, yes, I was engaged to a clinically diagnosed narcissistic. They intentionally pick idealistic, forgiving. Yep, yeah. That's the thing, Jen. Then the masks fall off. Right, exactly. That smile though. Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. I think the person that's going to come into my life is someone that is out there that's just like me, looking for someone just like me. And when that happens, it will be that perfect situation. But until then, I'm not interested in playing games with people, and I think that's where we tend to. And maybe because I'm older and I'm just a lot more settled in my life and my relationships with myself, my relationships with my friends and my clients, like my clients become like my children. And when I see them grow, I'm so happy that joy inside of me is so fulfilling. I think a lot of times we bank a lot on, I need to make babies and I need to be physically, like our sex life needs to align with somebody. If I don't have that, then victim playbook. The victim playbook comes in where we're like, I need to have sex. And you're like, I think sometimes sex is gross. Like when you really think about it, and I see other people, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna have to take off my clothes. Like, no. Right? Anybody else? It will happen. I know. I'm not worried. I'm not going anywhere. Not worried. My victim playbook is down to not a lot. I've got about a page left. Oh, Kelly, you just said what I've been saying for years. I'm like, stop making people. We've got way too many people. I think I'm going to roll this show into like a 2-hour. When I actually have the podcast, and I'm working on it right now, I'm going to talk until I'm like done. But I think that this gives us an opportunity to be able to get through a lot of subjects that you guys think about on a regular basis. And I want to help you. I want clarity. I want clarity for a lot of people. And I want you guys to know that we're like the shit I talk about is the shit that you guys think about. I'm just here putting it out there. Some people are probably on here like, what a fucking bitch, you know? Who does she think she is? Telling us not to like have babies. I'm telling you not to have babies for a lot of people that are out there that are just getting accidentally pregnant. And then I also have a lot of people that are like pro-life. I'm like, fuck you. Pro-life my ass. Because those same pro-life people are like the same ones that I say, okay, if I get pregnant accidentally and he doesn't give a fuck and I need to have this baby, you're going to take it, right? And you're going to raise it and pay for it? No? So are you really pro-life, dum-dum? And Black Lives Matter, when you got, the guy's knee on his neck, are you, like, pro-lifing that guy? Or how about the old people in the old folks' home? Why don't you adopt one of them that has no family to take care of? Are you really pro-life, or are you just fucking pro-fetus? Because I'm not going to argue with you, but your shit's not holding water, okay? Because pregnancy has nothing to do with making a baby and a person. Totally different. A lot of people out there get pregnant and have kids that don't fucking never wanted it, but because of their religion or their upbringing or their fucking victim playbook, they got a fucking kid in their house that they're like, what do I do with this? And it's not a fucking dude. It's a chick. Sorry. I said what you think, so fine. Did it hurt? I'm sorry. It's the truth. What? How many guys do I see that the chick got pregnant and he's like, no, I'll take it? That ain't happening. It's just not. What kind of bullshit is that? Single mom? Of course it's a single mom. That is like the dumbest shit I've ever heard. Single mom. My mom was a single mom. Married to a guy and two other of us. When she was a single mom, married to a dude, I didn't do shit. My dad didn't fucking do shit. Men are great, but they're not like... how many men do I know, personally, that will tell me, no, I ain't changing diapers. No, that's not my job. I'm the man. Fuck you. Step up, bro. Step up. But my girls out there, and you're getting pregnant and you're having babies for what? What's the payoff? I'm not talking about your kids. I'm just not. Step off. Back up. I'm not talking about your beautiful babies. But how many girls are out there getting pregnant and you're like, turn around, you're like, the husband, boyfriend, dude, one night stand is just not there. They're just not interacting. They're like, here's my paycheck. What's your fucking paycheck? Go fucking wipe that poopy butt, dude. And while you're at it, take them to work with you. Oh shit. Why does this happen when I come into the hour? Whoa. I'm spitting water. I'm spitting water now. I love you guys, but I don't want you to live in victim playbook. And if you've got your kids, you are but say, you swear, but you say poopy butt. Yeah. Because poopy butt is for babies. And Gazelle, you have a baby. You got a gorgeous baby. You turn around and like, my girls that have babies, my girls that have Lime LaCroix. Fuck yeah. That's my, do you ever see LaCroix Boy? My girls that have babies, listen to me carefully. My girls that have babies. My mom was the queen. My mom worked 3-4 jobs at a time. I never knew my mom not to work. I never knew my mom not to handle her shit. So I grew up with a strong, powerful female. My role model as a female was, first of all, we didn't make excuses for anything. You gotta handle your shit. My mom was the PTA president. My mom was YMCA president. My mom was in the school. I could hear my mom clicking her heels down the hallway. I knew it was my mom. My mom was like best friends with the principal. My mom was best friends with everyone. The police chief, I mean everyone, every physician, the dentist, the doctor, the contractors, everyone. Everyone knew my mom. And everyone loved my mom. To this day, everyone loves my mom. So I, as a little girl, saw that. And I was like, oh shit, what's my excuse? I got none. And my mom never judged. My mom never judged any of us. She never told us what we had to do, who we had to be, what we should be wearing, how we should... Well, acting was a different story. And she made us go to church. Check this shit out. I know it's 10:05 and you guys are ready to work out, but here's the deal. Listen to me carefully. I want you to put that playbook down. I want you to throw it out. And I want you to reinvent yourself today, right now. And if you don't know how, you need to get my schedule, get on my program, $99, 5-week mindset reset with me. You'll never be the same. And if you tell me I don't have $99, I need you to get your ass out there and start figuring out how to make money. And if you don't know how to make money in a time like this, I feel sorry for you. You're being lazy. Because there are things that need to be painted and things that need to be washed and clothes that need to be hemmed. And there are a million things out there. There's garbage out there that needs to be collected. So if you guys are thinking that you're above all of that and you have no money, what's in your playbook that puts you above all of that? It's called hustle. I got some hustle. Whatever your side hustle is. And we were raised in the church. My mom would get us, we'd be in the church 3-4 days a week. People go, oh, you're an atheist, but how is that when you, like, did you ever believe? I'm like, girl, I used to go to church 4 days a week. Until the day I realized none of this makes sense. Southern Baptist, you get it? Southern Baptist. And if you guys are churchy people and you're God people, God bless you. Get it? God bless you. I'm just not. But it doesn't make or break, and it's not part of my playbook. I want you guys to understand, like, where your values come from, who you want to become. Are you helping other people? Are you the best fucking version of yourself? Oh, yeah. Are you watching me on the big playbook? On the big TV? Becoming the best version of you right now in Pivot is a time when you have to say, what is it that I've always wanted to do? Who is it that I've always wanted to become? Am I helping others? Am I being that person? And are we living our true, authentic self? All right, guys. So I kind of hit a little bit about what are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? Are you guys waiting for a workout? It's 10:08. I need to write out the workout. I think I'm going to write it out right now. How are you guys feeling? You guys are quiet today. And that's okay. So I'm going to go ahead and post up the workout up here. I'm going to write it out for you guys. And we're going to get into it. Today is a push week. I Love Jesus was an agnostic for years. All three of my babies, 2018, 16. Your kids are older, are atheists currently. Gotta love and respect each person for their own path. Yeah. Pumped, great chat. Yes, yes, yes. Fired up. Gotta do our hour of power. Yes, absolutely. You guys, listen. If I say I'm an atheist, I want you to understand something. I grew up in the church, going as many days as I did. I come from a different, I come from a different perspective. Whatever your higher power is, that's on you. I want you to think of this also as Yeah, Jen. I want you guys to also understand it's about being a better person, being the best version of you. And now in a time when we all need to just be nice people. That's all I can ask for. I'm gonna drop out of here for a second. I'm gonna close this channel. I'm gonna write out the workout. Guys, I'm gonna be right back. If you need to go ahead and get warmed up, do it right now. Get ready. We got a hard workout. Again, I'm still healing. I got some boo-boos left, and I think I overdid it a little bit. So my wrists are a bit sore. My hands are a bit sore. So I'm gonna work out. I'm going to coach you guys today. Let me go ahead and write the workout out, and I'll be right back. I love you guys. Thank you.